Hey folks, I'm just headed out to my garden. I know it's been a while since we've seen each other, but anyway, show you what my garden don't look like much right at the moment, but it will. Got to have that electric fence to keep them groundhogs out. It also helps keep the chickens out too. Got some onions growing here. There's some garlic right there. See it? There's garlic. It's still trying to come up. Some weeds, they always come up. And there's the garlic. That there doing pretty good. And then here is my onions, my green onions. It's doing pretty good too. Right there's some cucumbers. Well, they don't really look like cucumbers right at the moment, but they will. I just planted them a couple of days ago. And on the other side of the wire, over there, well, I was wrong. On the other side of the wire is my cucumbers. On this side is beans. They are a purple bean. They are a Ozark Heritage purple bean. Now these are sweet peppers also. Now I couldn't even tell you what the name of these are. I got them from Baker's Creek. But right offhand, I can't tell you what they are. But they're a sweet pepper. They're supposed to be really a good sweet pepper. And I got plenty of these. They're really growing and getting with it. Yeah. And then I have got dill starting to grow in that bucket. I don't know if this is going to make it or not, but that's sage. I hope so. And then here's another dill right there. And these are squash that I've planted, and they're a winter type squash. They're called a honey nut, butternut. They do have both them names. And then these right here is squash, but they are the straight yellowneck squash. I, I don't like the crooked neck squash because you have to when you cut them, you got to go around the crooked neck. I like to have it straight. These are my beets. They got a lot of grass in there with them, but that's my beets. But I know they got a lot of grass, but they're gonna make it. I think. I hope they make me a few beets. Been a long time since I've grew beets. We're trying it. And then I got sunflowers coming up. These right here are the teddy bear type sunflowers. I got to get the grass out of there though. And you got the chocolate something, butter, sunflower. Sun coming up pretty good. Then I got a few Egyptian walking onions there. I tell you what, I like to let them die out on me. I almost didn't have none. These was the only ones that I had last year, and then they come up with, but they'll make this head, and you see those little onions that's popping up out of there. Well, you take them and separate them out, and you can plant them individual, and you have more of these plants. Well, I got a whole bunch of them back there in the back, and I've saved them anyway. This right here is where my big, they call it Christmas pole bean. It's like a lima bean. They are really good beans. They call them Christmas because they're purple and white. They're really a pretty bean, and they're really good eating too. I have a few of them down through there. Then over here is my tomato. One of my tomato plants. I got 4 of these, and they are supposed to be the world's smallest tomato. They're called a spoon tomato, and I don't know exactly why they call it that, but you can put a whole bunch of them in a spoon. I guess that's why you call it that. Because in Baker's Creek, the picture of them, there's a bunch of them in a spoon. They're little bitty. They're like little bitty marbles. I guess you could say they're just small. They say that they got a real good flavor. The first time I ever tried them, and I'm gonna try it. This here is a pollinator, actually. Anise, I think that's the name of it. And then here are my big tomatoes. And these here are uh, German pink tomato. The fruit's supposed to get up to 2 pounds a piece. Uh, we'll see about that. I'm gonna put cages around these this year instead of putting them on wire. Well, some of them I had to put on probably on wire because I don't have enough cages. But anyway, it'll work out. But they are really turning it on. They're getting with it. This real nice warm air that we've had for the past week or so has really made them come on. Now, I don't know what happened to this one, but it's had a rough time, but I think it's coming out, and I think it'll be all right. And right here is another one, and then another one. And then, right here, anybody that comes out here, I always pinch off a leaf and say, here, I want you to taste this. And what it is, this is stevia plant. Them leaves right there are extra super sweet. It's just like eating sugar. And then right here I got some more anise, pollinator, and another one. It's pollinator. And folks, you already feel sorry for me because this is all the strawberries I've got. I found these 3 and I put them in this container, and that's all I've got. Maybe I can get a start off of them somehow. They'll put off shoots later on, so that's probably how I'll get my start back. And then I got carrots here. They're not doing too bad. And then of course I got radishes, and they're radishing. They're putting on radishes. You see down in there. Let me see here. You can see a few radishes down in there. Yep, that's in a container too. And then the hailstorm that come through here some time ago, like to done my lettuce in, but it's doing pretty good. Not bad. And then right here, I couldn't tell you exactly what the name of it is, but it's a squash, and it's a French squash. I think it's sort of like a zucchini, but it sort of looks like a gourd when it's growing, but it's a real long, curvy neck on it. And I'm gonna I always put a couple seeds in there just to make sure I get a plant, and I have got to thin them out. But you're wondering why I left an empty hole. Well, you got to put these here from. It says from a foot to 2 foot apart, so these here are about right at a foot apart, and I had to leave an empty hole there. But that's for later use. But for right now, that is my garden. And we'll get to see it grow because it will get with it. And then I still got I got some yellow zucchini that I am going to plant, and then I have got my okra to plant. Then I'll be a doing good. My garden will be a getting with it. Oh, I didn't mention right here this hole here. I just planted them here the other day. This is my watermelon. I have 6 watermelon that I planted. And then from there on, actually from here on, is cantaloupe. My watermelon, they call it a strawberry watermelon. And why they call it that, it's supposed to be really a pretty red melon. And then my cantaloupe, I call them cantaloupes. They're actually oh, what do you call them? It's not a cantaloupe. I can't even think of the name of them. But anyway, they when you buy them in stores and the flesh of them is green. I can't think of the name of them. But anyway, uh, but the flesh of these are going to be like cantaloupe. They're going to be an orange flesh, and I thought I'd try them out too. But anyway, over across the fence there is holes that I'm gonna put my okra in. I'm not gonna plant near as much okra as I have been. Last year I think I had 26 plants. That's a way too much okra. I ended up giving a bunch of it away, but that's okay. I was glad for somebody else to enjoy it too. And up here I'm gonna have my yellow zucchinis. Then This is my other shot of my beets. Yep. These holes here, I have an auger. I don't have it out here with me, but I have an auger that I dig these holes out with on a cordless drill. I dig them out, about probably 4 or 5 inches deep. Then I put in the very bottom of it a good healthy handful of rabbit pellets, rabbit manure. And then I've got on top of that, I've filled the whole the rest of the way up. I got some Miracle-Gro. It's the type dirt that you're supposed to mix with your own dirt here, but I just used just pure Miracle-Gro dirt, and fills it the rest of the way up. And that's how I've done my whole garden this year. And around that sage right there, that's what that is that Miracle-Gro. And we're going to see how it gets with it. How that makes my plants grow. Those squash up there that I showed you a while ago, ones that's just coming up, they really are getting with it. So hopefully that's a good sign. That's a good sign of everything. But anyway, that's my garden tour for right now. Hope y'all enjoyed it. And I want to thank you for coming by and visiting with me today. And I'm going to try to have more of these videos out. I'll keep up with the garden here, and I got a few other things going on. And but for right now, I want to say thank you for coming by, seeing me for a little while, and looking at my garden, which there's not much here right at the moment, but there will be. And I just want to say, may the good Lord bless and keep you until we meet again. This is Jeff with the Rocky Homestead saying bye-bye.